Hello, I'm Derek Franz, art teacher here at Lucerne Valley. Wanted to show you around my room to kind of give you an in-depth look at what kind of art I like to offer to the students, what kind of projects they are creating here in high school and middle school. We had a tiki day, spruced up some folders, turned them into some novel vertical cylinder characters. Here's an independent study project from somebody that made a bridge out of hot glue and popsicle sticks. This was a light emitting day. We were making art that emanated light in different patterns. Here was a topographic language day where you draw with sometimes repeating or sometimes poetic words in color. You can see that. It says black, 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 black. Seed, 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 seed. Leaf, 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 leaf. This one was made from the residuals from cutting out Christmas trees. I made a Christmas tree out of the leftovers. You can see that that's a volcano. It's kind of scaled out. Some wild crayon art. What's over here? We had a day where we worked with brass pins, brass brads, and used them as tether points, anchoring and wrapping them with string. We had a bean and glue mosaic day. This guy, if you could pick him up, is a little jaguar with teeth. There's some vocabulary that we've been running. We did have one day where we just did tearing with collage. I like to use vinyl as a backer, like the interior adhesive layer of poster vinyl as a backer space, so we don't have to mess ourselves up with glue. I teach them about screen printing. That's a nice blend of an old photo stencil of mine. This wall right here is one particular student's compilation of art from a couple different days, collage and stencil. What else could we show you? There's a couple 3D pen pieces. This guy fell into the back of the water cooler. He'll stand up from now on. A year ago, we did middle school. We did a couple of dinosaur collages. Here's another one of my built-out pipe cleaner kind of net mesh structures. There is a quick collection of tangrams, pixel art day. There's some more work from the tearing art day. Here's a collage I did a long time ago. Kind of renovated the little gallery space up here on top. That's a Euclidean, Archimedean solids day using die cuts. And there's another one of those knit wire frames out of pipe cleaners. There's some snaps that went together on a helmet. There's wax and sculpture for figure drawing days. I like using wax for its tackiness, and sometimes we do pouring of wax. There's some more of those net matrices out of, that time it's wax string. There's a little fruit made out of wax string that's coated in latex. There's another one of those bottle forms. Here's a collage day. You can make, you do gang cutting of about 4 different pieces of paper, and you can recreate 4 different color variations of the same character. There's a little bit of embellishment with staples on the outside of that moon. There's another dinosaur day, another seed day, another Brad ribbon day, collage day, Brad and ribbon day, some portraiture of mine, some repainting of mine. There's some more of those collages. He's on a pile of raw material, but this is well, he's kind of flat, but he's definitely like the skin of an alligator, I promise you. And then we do a little bit of resin casting with silicone molds. And these are actually cast from packaging. You can still see the styrofoam on this guy. Sometimes they send you 2 pieces of art. Here's a fun day. Once a week we do illustration. Here's a fun one of drawing half of two characters, so that it's kind of like segues and overlaps. This one's like a jigsaw zigzag character. If you fold this like a zigzag, you can see the green or the blue character from the left and the pink character from the right. And that's just like a little hybrid reindeer. You can see his head up there, aluminum and cherry blossom tree, and a little bit of the wax string to wrap. This one is a collection of, it's sealed in vinyl, clear vinyl on top. It's a collection of the stuff we did for 3D Glasses Day. So most of these things pop when you look at them with your red and green eye. And today we are doing two things, both with the same source material. We're making little puppet doll characters out of Canary Island pine, and we're giving them names with these little tags. And then we're also using the pines. They're kind of a juicy squishiness. You know, if you put them in a paper press, you can write words and names pretty easily. And plant pressing usually makes mirror image versions of things because you squish the paper on the top and the bottom. Make two art pieces at once. Here's another one. And then through the art office, I got a bunch of molds I'm cracking open. I didn't oil them very well. And there's one of my body sculptures. This is meant for a shock spring from a car to be the neck to attach two sculptures together. That's what the art office is looking like right now. Here's some paper mechanics. And this one's got a rotating back plate here. Sorry if I can't move it too well, but that rotates inside that scene. And this one rotates in a circle there. And this one rotates in a loop here. So it's like three different animation under layers. Here's a quilling day. And here's a quick example of doing a landscape and then doing another landscape upside down, and then they integrate. They really don't have much choice. They gotta be perceived in each other's context. Here's three more of those days. Work examples, double landscapes. Here's an illustration prompt day where it was things that we've lost or times that we've been lost. Those are some impactful memories that sear on our mind, things that we're still wondering where they are or we were wondering for a long time. Here's a dynamic illustration prompt of just choose some animals, choose some musical instruments, and make a band scene. And then here's some latex molded characters. There's some ceramic. And then you can see there's 4 or 5 bunnies here, all from the same mold with different embellishments on the face. There's some stuff building up in our ceramics kiln. Back here in the ceramics room, what are we doing? I got my eternally developing set of gnomes. I refinished the faces on them. Here's a set of 8, these lurkers, just chilling out. I think 3 of them have the same face. Try to choose a new face for each one. Here's an old art example of a latex, all from a plaster mold. Here's some plasters that were poured in some silicone. Always make too much plaster, and then you can just pour a bunch of extra pieces. Here's a student work that they are drawing. Wow. This is an experiment. If we plaster casted this, the mouth form would be inverted so that there'd be a concavity inside of the mouth with like inverted teeth. So it's hard to make mouths inside of characters, so you make the mouth on the outside. Here's another face that I'm gonna use the idea for one of those gnomes. Here's a reworked stuffed animal. This used to be like a 2 foot tall stuffed animal. I just took all the parts off, and I'm going to cast them in like the 7-inch version. So that's a lot of the stuff we have around here. Here's some examples of Bakuri Man stickers that the kids colored in, and I also for a while was using this as just my little character study catch-all. So that's about it for what we got here in the art lab at Lucerne Valley. Glad I could show you some of the things. These are old laser cut triangles, and they're actually kind of sewn together with springs. So you just wrap the spring up between two of those. There's a built-up hand using wool and what's it called? Unprocessed wool with processed wool.